Hey family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Cut Nice 50, and this is one-on-one with Cut Nice 50. Hey, I'm just putting this quick intro into these two videos that I did. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the view, but it was a little bit of a copyright, so I don't know if I didn't talk long enough. But I appreciate y'all support, man. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm going ahead and editing these videos. Don't know when it's gonna be out. If they do copyright it again, I done seen other content creators doing the same exact video reaction off the view and plenty of other episodes. I will dispute it and see what happens from there. So I don't know if this video will ever make it out or not. I tried different avenues to try to get the video out there, and it had a lot of great information in it. On the first title of the video is called Stephen A. Smith shows what did he say? Stephen A. Smith saw Trump win coming from a mile away, and that was a view. I did a two-parter, and the second video was Stephen A. Smith on the minority vote for Trump and if he would run for office. And that was on the view. That was part two. The first one covers Trump. He's saying he saw Trump winning from a mile away. He goes into the different agendas on the left hand side, what he felt actually that the Democrats got away from their main talking points and what they want to do for the American people during the election. I already said the same thing. I don't see how anybody else personally could vote Democrat, but that was because I was a raised Democrat until I educated myself on what was Democratic Party actually standing for and the results that came to American people as far as low income families and family division over the last, I say, 20 years. That was my main research points. And I couldn't no longer be a Democratic person myself. I'm more independent in nature itself, period. Just because of my background, just because of my professional football career, basketball, you name it, being an athlete. I do, I think Stephen A said the same thing. He's conservative when it comes to his dollars. He's not gonna ever complain about being taxed less when it comes to his dollars, where he does have a more liberal attitude on other things. So with that being said, faith believer, I couldn't go with some of the Democratic belief systems when it comes to different policies and agendas that they got in place. Just personally, even though I don't hold no discrimination, no racism, or no judgment towards other people, the way they live their life, the way they want to, because it is their own life. We're all entitled as human beings to live the life that we want to live without, forcing other people to participate or do whatever the case. That's our own independent nature. That's what makes us unique. But when it comes to the right side, Republican side, I see a lot of the policies that I actually do like, but I'm neither or. I don't trust politicians or politics, period. When it comes to, I believe that the biblical views, I think that the people need to be governed themselves. I do believe in oversight and all the other stuff because y'all know my background, 25 years in law enforcement, DOD, DOS, et cetera, et cetera. But I am a biblical, a faithful person. So I do believe that the system itself is not meant to help the people survive or not really survive, to excel to the highest potential when it comes to division, stuff like that. I could not agree with politics, but I do believe in bipartisanship, meaning sometimes you don't see eye to eye, but you can work together on different things. The second video that Stephen A. Smith did was he saw the minority vote for Trump. And he goes into different aspects that if he'll run, it'd be hard for him to pass up. Why the majority of the people actually voted for Trump. He goes into that, educating the View hosts about things that they lost touch of a long time ago when it comes to Americans. When the View makes all kind of crazy claims about Americans not being educated or not having the information to make the correct decision because they all votes for the left or they all are Democrats for whatever reason. It appears to be that they are. Even though I don't believe that that's the case. I don't believe that certain things when it comes to, I'm not even going to get into it. But like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and put this intro into this video. Hopefully it gets proved. Hopefully it goes through. But share your comments. Keep liking the content. Keep sharing the content. Keep helping us grow, man. Like I said, we're close to 3,000 subs, and we appreciate all y'all help. Everybody who's been rocking with us for a while, you already know I'm dedicated to health and wellness. I'm all about positivity. I'm never going to down talk or downplay or negate somebody else personal beliefs, religious beliefs, sexual orientation and whatever your personal beliefs. And when it comes to anything involving your life, it's not my job to criticize or to be judgmental to you above that. But I am going to be entitled to my own personal perceptions and opinions when it comes to different things, because that's what freedom of speech is. I don't believe in cancel culture, so I believe that you're entitled to say anything you want to say, and I'm entitled to say anything that I want to say. That's what always makes us unique. But we can still do that and have a constant debate or agree to disagree, doing it in a respectful manner. So I don't believe in negativity, period, and I kind of blocks it out or eliminate it. That's why I don't get into the foolery, as we call it. But I will call it, I can see it. I know a lot of other, like I say, I'm a faithful believer, but a lot of other biblical scholars or whatever the case may be, they are in charge or ordained, whatever they want to say, to criticize, judge, and do other things compared to other people. And the Bible does speak about these certain people. That's just not my forte. I'm a positive mindset person, so I know God made me a certain way for a certain reason. And I've been blessed to even still be alive. So I treat each and every day as a blessing, because I could have been gone a long time ago. Like I said before, y'all see me with the patch on the eye. I just got through finish a major project, and I was gone 10 days. So it's all about creating more content, getting back into it, keep having it, like I said, the channel grow. It's all because of you that we're doing amazing things. We will have some amazing interviews coming up. And now if I can get some of these health and wellness advisors and experts on the channel for an interview, I will be looking forward to that. Like I said before, y'all know it's nutrition the last 13 years. I do want to join RFK Jr.'s team. I have a whole segment dedicated to him, his life, his family's lives, his struggles, and what he's been trying to achieve. Maybe you know about it, maybe you don't know about it, what he stands for as an independent. He was a Democrat, but I'm gonna go into his old political beliefs, the struggles his families went through over the years, the sacrifices that his family has made for politics for Americans over the years. And it's just amazing. A lot of people often forget how his family, the impact they made on American lifestyle and livelihood. A lot of us forget about that, but he's been doing it over 40 years. And I think America had missed out on a great candidate and what he could have provided for the American people. But we that slid on the radar because America's not in a place to actually push independent president, as you can say like that, for whatever reason, the money, back in whatever the case may be. They don't want an independent president, I believe, because now you would be forced to do bipartisanships, and that'll help the American people. But that's my own personal belief. Hopefully this intro was not too overdrawn and too long. You can always fast forward the video to jump right into part one of the Stephen A. Smith, who saw Trump coming from a mile away, or part two, Stephen A. Smith, to the minority vote. So I put the same intro on both videos. So just feel free to fast forward. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for tuning in. I just didn't want a copyright strike on this video because I want to get it out there. I work hard on the video. I edit it, do everything else myself, and I just want to get back into it. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Thanks again. And with that, we out. Hey family, welcome back to One on One with Cut Nice 50. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Today, man, we got another amazing video review. So if y'all been joining with us for a while, y'all already know what time it is. We got Stephen A. Smith on The View. I never generally do a video review on The View, but I found this one interesting, and it's covering my guy Stephen A. Smith. So it's going to be a two-parter. This first title is called Stephen A. Smith Saw Trump's Win Coming from a Mile Away. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. This one right here, I kind of disagree with it because I remember Stephen A. said he was going to vote for Kamala, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, stay tuned, join the channel. We got some amazing interviews coming. Let's
table with his view of the election 2024 and where we go from here. Our soon-to-be neighbor, right over there. Please welcome Stephen A. Smith.
You're blurring me.
Stephen A., your thoughts on the election as it just went down?
I was surprised at how lopsided it was. I was not surprised by the outcome. I saw the outcome coming from a mile away. You have to take into account, listen, we respect our president, Joe Biden, but here's the reality. He got into office. He promised to be a transitional president, to be a stopgap, to pave the way for somebody else to come on board. Into the midterms, it was supposed to be a red wave. Did not happen. Democrats was flying high. He felt the momentum because he was the incumbent. And instead of leaving, he decided to stay. When he decided to stay, the Democrats were in a quandary because they were expecting him to leave. Now he wants to stay. They're around him. They're seeing the fastball has dissipated to some degree. They're seeing that he's not what he used to be. And what do you do about it? You grease the skids. There's no primary for him to experience. You let him go on stage June 27th, and clearly he was exposed. 3.5 weeks later, he's forced and compelled to step away because donors to the Democratic establishment, they were not going to support that. And then Kamala Harris is inserted. I don't blame her one bit. I thought she did a phenomenal job.
Yep.
As y'all can see, like he said before, he was going to vote for Kamala Davis. So I guess now he's saying he saw Trump going to win, even though he voted for Kamala coming a mile away. But do I think he actually voted for Kamala? I don't. But Stephen A. is still my guy. You know, I mean, he's making a lot of sense. But I want y'all to share y'all thoughts. Let me know what you think. And let's go ahead and jump right on back into these commercials.
What she could. But you can't overcome that kind of situation. And remember, there's 2 C words that are incredibly important in America. Capitalism is one. Competition is another, because it's a metaphor for capitalism in a lot of people's eyes. Because you were inserted, even though you were the vice president and it was the Biden-Harris administration, you had folks who are independent. I'm not talking about those on the right. I'm not talking about those on the left, just independents, who said, wait a minute. She didn't experience a primary either. And the last time we saw her in a primary was 4 years ago. And she didn't even make it to Iowa. They used that as an excuse to point to her level of inexperience. Then you got the war in Russia and Ukraine. You got the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Hamas and Hezbollah and all of that stuff. And you had Trump using codes. Look, do you want her? Where is she? Where's the interviews? Where's she showing herself? Where's the tough questions? Where's the interrogation? And he leaned on certain things. And you knew people were going to gravitate to that because right now, as divided as our country is, fear comes associated with that. And because that fear was there, he fed off of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say like that. They know it's fear. I'm glad Stephen A. Smith recognizes the divide. I've been speaking about this for a while. The great divide is in religion, men against women, racism, blue against, the first responder, police against black, you name it, men, women, the gender ideology things. It's the divide is in all aspects of our life currently, and it's amazing. I'm glad he recognized it, but I'm also glad to see Stephen A. Smith taking an interest in politics and actually voicing his opinion on politics. But share your thoughts. Let me know what you think.
People bought it, hook, line, and sinker. And that's why he's the president.
And Stephen, let me ask you, because I agree on all counts. There's a lot to unpack of what kind of went wrong for Democrats here. I think a factor is the working class feeling left behind, not reaching out to rural Americans. But what do you identify as what Democrats got wrong? And it seems like you agree Biden maybe should have stepped aside sooner.
He definitely should have stepped aside. I said it a year ago. I was on camera. Everybody was getting on me. I said, he needs to step aside.
You took some heat.
You remember, though, that he said, does everybody remember he originally said he was just going to do it for 4 years?
Yeah. That's what I brought up.
Right. And did you think that once you know who stepped in, he said, well, there's nobody, we don't have anybody?
Well, the point is that it's not about who you're going up against when you know you're not what you used to be. And see, this is where covering sports puts me at a distinct advantage. I cover people every day where it's time for you to go, but you're holding on and you don't want to leave. People who cover the world of sports are accustomed to seeing that all the time. And so now here you are, to answer your question directly, you are the left, you leaned, and you were a prisoner to the extreme left in a lot of people's eyes. Well, guess what? Most of America doesn't operate on the fringes. Whether you're left or you're right, you're relatively centrist. You believe in compromise, negotiation, working with one another. Nobody gets to get everything they want. The problem is those on the fringes continuously push for you to get everything you want.
Yeah.
They're not about getting things done. They're about getting their way. And if they're not going to get their way, they're about complaining and griping about it, because they understand that when you are operating based off of grievance, that's usually what provokes you to get to the polls.
My goodness, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I say, this is a live reaction. Stephen A. Smith is cooking right there, and he made some solid points. I don't care. Like I'm saying, I'm independent, but like I said, I still don't believe in politics per se, but I do have an independent nature. I don't agree with the Democrats on a whole lot of things and what they stand for, but I don't all the way agree with all of the Republicans, even though they more align with my beliefs. I still think about bipartisanship. I think they should be working together, and a lot of them generally they don't. They just tear down what each other person has put in the office. Democrats replace what Republicans did, and vice versa. And it's a ongoing process that the people end up suffering in the end. So, I mean, he's right in there. We all know that we're not going to get everything, but we do want to see some kind of change of them working together to come. I mean, he was cooking right there. But share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Did you catch that?
That is why they don't mind feeling aggrieved and displaying and disseminating that kind of message, because they know people are going to gravitate to that. And as a result, that might get them to the polls, you thinking you're going to get what you want as a result of it. And in this particular case, the Republicans were right.
So you think the Republicans are sort of an extreme fringe party?
No, I don't think that they're an extreme fringe party. I think that they're operating against those they believe are extreme on the left. Like, for example, when you talk about the LGBTQ community, I'm a fiscal conservative and I'm a social liberal. I'm fiscal with my dollars. I ain't apologizing for not wanting to pay high taxes to anybody. I'm not apologizing for that, right? But outside of that, I'm pretty liberal. Live and let live, okay?
Yeah.
But you had folks on the left that were introducing some things when we got in the whole transgender issue, and they were talking about bathrooms, or they were talking about males transitioning to females and competing against girls in sports and stuff like that. These are
the 1% of the population.
I understand that, but you know what? But I think that's where the mistake is made.
Yeah.
You're saying it's ridiculous. I don't disagree with you.
Huh.
But most of the voters out there don't think like that. But
that means they don't have the information.
Okay, but 90% of the voters don't have the information. If you're out there busting your tail to make ends meet and to pay your bills, and you're going to work every day, and you got a family to take care of, and you're in New York City, you're getting stuck 2 hours of your day, you're stuck in traffic. You understand? You got a whole bunch of stuff to go through. You don't have time to know what you and I know.
Maybe you need to listen to the news when you're in traffic.
Well, again,
maybe not.
Be uninformed.
Or listen to stuff that's going to take you away from the things that brings down your spirit. And that's unfortunately what most voters are doing.
Let me ask you this. How you want to speak?
No.
Sorry.
Sure.
Because Howard Stern says
I
that
have
he
to
wasn't.
say, she don't have a clue. What's her name? Is it Sunny? Whatever. She don't have a clue what most Americans, what they have. It's just sad to see a woman of, I guess, color, even if she's mixed, even having that mindset. Maybe she wasn't raised poor, whatever the case. I know she's talks about a whole lot of things, but it's clearly you can see that she doesn't know what day-to-day Americans go through every day. You know, she's been on this show long enough, and I guess you live a different lifestyle that you forget where you come from and the struggles that you had to go through. But share your thoughts. Let me know what you think.
That the country was ready to elect the first female president because he knows, quote, how men talk behind closed doors about us. So we're very privileged to have a great guy here today.
Yeah.
Tell what do men say about us behind closed doors?
Do tell.
I don't hide, so no worries there. Here's the deal. I respectfully disagree with Howard Stern, only from the standpoint that I wish he had been more specific. Why don't you say white men? Because let me tell you something about black men. We love our mamas.
I know that.
We love, and we revere black women. And when we're trifling, we know it's us. It's not them.
Right, yeah.
You understand?
I
So
know.
when he's saying that, okay, well then let's talk about white men. We have a white power structure that still exists in this country today. I understand the white populace in this country was over 85% at one time. It's now dipped to about 57.4%.
Yeah.
The white power structure is still in place. So when we talk about misogyny, when we talk about chauvinism, when we talk about women not necessarily being empowered, well, who's in a position of power to surrender some of that power? It's white men. So I think that when Howard Stern was talking, I can't speak to what white men are thinking. I can tell you this much. Black men, we revere women.
Yeah.
We don't have any problem looking at a woman as a leader. I can tell you that.
Exactly.
Next question.
Yeah, I got to agree with him. Like I said before, I guess that was a short clip of my guy Stephen A. on The View right there. As y'all can see right there, I have the full link in the description below, but I wanted to hop on that one right there, man. That was a amazing interview he did. And like I said before, I don't watch The View. I can't watch that show just because of the stuff they be putting out there. But that video right there was amazing. He got a second part there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that video review on it. But share your thoughts. Let me know if he was
I get all
on
my
point
financial questions
with
answered,
that.
so I don't
Just
have to
commercial
worry.
coming
I'm with
up
him,
in the
Howard.
background. Hopefully y'all didn't hear that, but I think he got some point. Black men, we're not gonna talk behind your back. We're gonna say what we got to say right in front of you. I don't know. I can't speak on white men and what they do behind closed doors, but it is a power structure, and black men doesn't have that power to relinquish power to women. I'm in Atlanta, and I generally see a lot of business owners, people of power, who are females. So I call Atlanta the women's state. So I don't get it because women is now more educated. You got men who work in 2-3 jobs, all this other stuff, high incarceration rate. So that's a whole different ball game. But I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Amazing video, great perceptions. He articulated himself in a different light that I haven't seen before. But share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Man, Stephen A. He just got some cookie points for me. I thought he was going the opposite way when he said he seen Trump coming a mile away. But he said that once he saw the way the election was going or the way they was running, with the identity politics, with all the celebrities voting for Democrats and stuff like that, he saw it coming, and I agree with him. So I thought I was going against him, but I guess we're in alignment. We actually agree. We see things eye to eye on these same talking points. But share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Watch this other video right here that I got of Stephen A. Smith on The View. Let's go.